Hello everyone and welcome back to the Football Insider Gaming channel. I am Connor Bromley and today we are putting Enzo Maresca in charge of Manchester City because there are rumours that he is the potential successor to Pep Guardiola in real life. So I thought it'd be interesting to see how Football Manager thinks he will get on if he really was the Manchester City boss. So we're going to simulate the next 3 years to see how Maresca gets on at the Etihad. If you enjoy the video, please leave a like, please subscribe to the channel as well. But let's dive into the video. Season 1 of Enzo Maresca at Manchester City sees the club finish in second place in the Premier League, 83 points, 6 behind eventual winners Liverpool. So a pretty solid season though for Man City. They want to win the title, of course, and they do that in Season 2 by a point. So 1 point ahead of Liverpool come the end of the season and bringing the title home. And this past season, it was Liverpool that won it by a point. So there we go, this defeat here against Arsenal being the all-important game. So pretty solid overall, you'd have to say, for this Man City team, 1 win. But let's have a look to see if Enzo Maresca is still in the job. And he is still the manager of the club, which is good news. Now let's have a look at the results and we'll go back to the start and see how Enzo Maresca fared. So in Season 1, the season starts with a draw away at Wolves, a win against Tottenham and a draw against Brighton, a draw in the Manchester Derby, a draw against Arsenal. So no defeats until the Liverpool game in November. Also defeat here against Real Madrid, but a nice 4-1 win against Newcastle sandwiched in between. 3-0 win against Sunderland here through the Carabao Cup quarter-finals, which is nice to win into the semi-finals there. 2-0 win against Sheffield United in the FA Cup. A 1-0 win in the Carabao Cup semi-final first leg, so we'll see how we get on in the second, which is a 1-1 draw. So we do reach the Carabao Cup final. Champions League knockout stage, through against Bergamo on penalties. So not an amazing, you'd expect Man City to do better than that. Here's a 3-2 win against Newcastle as well. FA Cup 4th round, through against Middlesbrough, but out in the 5th round. In the next game against Liverpool. And Champions League, through against Galatasaray, also winning the Carabao Cup final, says our first trophy. Champions League and through the quarterfinals against Napoli. 3-1 win here, 3-0 up in the first 15 minutes to see us through. Real Madrid winning the first leg of the Champions League semi-finals. In the second leg, though, a 3-0 defeat. James Trafford playing out a rather stinking 5.5. And there we go to end the season. A defeat with 2 players sent off against Aston Villa at the Etihad. So a pretty good first season. We have a trophy in the bag, which is nice. Year 2. Season 2 starts with a draw against Fulham. Nice run of wins here, against Leeds, Southampton and Ipswich, as you would expect though. A win against Sheffield United here, first defeat of the season against Arsenal, a nice away win at Bayern Munich. 3-1 win against Chelsea as well is good. And Kylian Mbappe, we can see, is now at Man City, so that's a big transfer in. And we'll get all the ins and outs as we go on. Knocked out the Carabao Cup at the hands of Arsenal. Going very well though in the Champions League. Another win here, good one away against Juventus. A win away against Manchester United. 2 defeats over the festive period at home though against Arsenal and Tottenham. Out of the FA Cup against Derby County of all teams, down to 10 men from the 3rd minute. 2 more wins in the Champions League. So I think we pretty much won every game in the Champions League to this point. Through the Champions League round of 16 against Juventus, 3-1 and 2-0. And we go to the quarterfinals of a 0-0 draw at home, followed by a 2-1 away win. Kylian Mbappe getting the winning penalty. Semi-finals, and it is Real Madrid who win 2-0, but in the second leg a 4-2 win and a win on penalties, which is pretty spectacular. And the final must be on the next screen. So we will have a look at the final. Oh no, I think it means we've lost the Champions League semi-final, doesn't it? We win the game, but lose the final, because Real Madrid scored their penalties. So that's a bit confusing for Football Manager. This is down as a green. So out of the Champions League at the hands of Real Madrid, again, Right, we'll look at the next season. So we won the title that year, a 3-0 win in the Community Shield, which is nice. A really solid start of the season, by the way. Here, lots and lots of wins. A 3-1 win in the Carabao Cup. Big win here against Borussia Dortmund. A Premier League defeat against Brighton. But yeah, lots of good wins. A win against Spurs in the Carabao Cup. Win against PSG in the Champions League. Defeat against against Liverpool, sorry. And pretty solid. Through the Carabao Cup quarter-final against West Ham. FA Cup third round through against Blackburn Rovers at home. Carabao Cup doesn't go well. 3-0 defeat and then a 1-0 defeat in the second leg. But Champions League, lots and lots of wins. Through the FA Cup fourth round against Reading, away from home. And Champions League, it looks like through his FC Porto, lost the first leg 2-0, but the second leg a 4-0 win. Liverpool here, a 3-2 defeat in the FA Cup fifth round. And we've got Arsenal, which we get past in the Champions League quarterfinals, 2-1 at home and 2-1 away. Atletico Madrid, and it's a defeat again on penalties for Man City. So out of the Champions League on penalties in the semi-final 2 years in a row. Let's check out Man City's transfer business. We know Kylian Mbappe is here, so let's see when he was brought in and how much for. So season 1, this is the business they did in real life. We'll look at season 2. And Mbappe arrived for £271 million. Wow. What an extortionate amount of money. And considering no real big transfer fees came in, that is astounding. £49.5 million on James Garner. Shea Charles also arrives from Southampton. Maximo Perrone comes in and Gilberto Moura also comes in. But yeah, that is some mad transfer business. In the next season, Ryan Cherki leaves to Bayern Munich. Raul Bellanova leaves to PSG. Rain Nori leaves to Everton as well. Ortega leaves. There's a few loans as well for players. And in terms of players in, Zeno de Bast, Emile Smith-Rowe. Michel De Gregorio comes in from Juventus as well. Josip Stanisic comes in from PSG. So yeah, very heavy in terms of transfer spend for this Man City team. Let's have a look at the squad. No shock, Kylian Mbappe comes in as the most expensive player. In his 2 seasons here, he's got 23 goals, 10 assists, and 25 goals, 10 assists. So a pretty good return for the former PSG and Real Madrid striker. Erling Haaland, how has he done? And the game never pans Erling Haaland to be as good as what he is in real life. So 28 goals in year 1, 25 in year 2, 28 in year 3. But obviously in real life, those would be low numbers for Erling Haaland. How does Phil Foden get on? I'm expecting a lot of assists here for him. And first season 17 assists, second season 10 but 13 goals. And then 17 goals, 10 assists in this past season. So Foden doing a pretty good job still. I mean, still just 28 years old. Seems like he's been around forever. Alright, let's have a look at any other players. Jeremy Doku, has he been getting games? And no, it looks like Jeremy Doku has been a bit of a fringe player. Donnarumma, here he is. And what did he get in terms of clean sheets? So season 1, he pulls in 26 clean sheets. Season 2, 25. And 19 this season. So Donnarumma still kicking it as one of the best goalkeepers in the world. We've got Rodri here. And he is down as not for sale. So still one of the most important players. And he has played pretty much every game. Obviously not a big goal scorer, is he? But yeah, playing a lot of football for this Manchester City team. So there we go. That is this Man City team 3 years in the future if Enzo Maresca was to take the job, which is the reports that are going around at the moment. If you enjoy this simulation, please leave a like, please also subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you again for another video.